I told myself to sit down one time.
Yeah, okay, very good.
So I'm watching like this. Where are you going?
That's good for me.
There she is. How's the crown? Okay, we'll slip. We will slip. We can slip in. Where's this? He doesn't want to slip. Come on.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, thanks for being here tonight. Welcome to Liberty North High School to the Senior Informational Parent Meeting. And we are so glad that you're here. We'll talk a little bit about things to expect as a parent of a senior here at North. I am Lauren Eichel, and I am the new counselor here working with students 10 through 12, last name A through D. So some of the topics that we'll cover tonight are how the counselors will communicate with your student and how we'll communicate with you, as well as going over the individual senior meetings that will take place here soon, and also how we do the post-secondary planning and everything that goes into that. And before we get fully started, I'll have Mrs. Julie Kinder come up and talk about graduation for 2019.
As Lauren said, I'm Julie Kinder, and I am part of the team that works with graduation every year. And a few dates that we thought parents might be interested in is the graduation announcements and cap and gown. There's a couple of things that the students find out about way before they ever tell mom and dad. And if it's like my son, they tell you the day that they need to check. So on September 24th, there'll be a meeting in here with all the seniors who'll be given a packet. It'll talk about the different packages of the graduation announcements and the cap and gown. Justin's gives you 3 different times to turn the packet in with the check. September 28th, October 5th, and October 12th are all dates that the students will have a table in the cafeteria that they can go to and turn their money and their packet in with the Johnson's folks. Then I know you're wondering, well, I turned it in this fall. I wonder when on earth they're going to bring that stuff home so I can start mailing it out to family and friends. March 28th, the graduation announcements will be delivered at lunchtime for the students to pick up. They'll also be back again on April 3rd for the students that weren't here on the 28th to get their packet. And on May 2nd, the cap and gown comes in. So the students will be able to pick those up. Hopefully they'll take them home, take them out of the bag, hang them up in the shower so the wrinkles will fall out before graduation. The other information on graduation, if you want to know about the baccalaureate or the ceremony, baccalaureate will be May 17th at Second Baptist Church, and commencement will be May 19th at the Independence Event Center, or now known as Silverstein. And all the graduation information is out on our website, Liberty North High School website, under the graduation tab. So if you're ever curious about something, feel free to pull that up and read what information is out there on that. If you have any questions, always call the high school, and if we don't know the answer, we will get one for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Julie. So again, my name is Lauren Eichel, and we have a few of the counselors in the room tonight. Mrs. Jill Brock is up here with me, and Mrs. Dana Combs is in the back. Give a little wave, Dana. And Mrs. Erin McMains is there as well. And Mrs. Emily Presser is the freshman counselor, and she's giving her own presentation tonight. We also have our wonderful social workers, Gina Johnson and Megan Mallows. I'm not sure if they're in here, but if you are, just give a wave. Yep. All right, so Jill.
Okay, so we have different ways to communicate to you. If you haven't already, please add us on Twitter. We try to send out information through there. So at LN Counseling. We also have our Liberty North Counseling website. There you can find information. You'll see right there on the front page of the Liberty North, you'll click counselors, and I think you have to click guidance right after that. And then you'll see all of the tabs that we have for our website. So you can find the latest information that way. We also sent out a top 5, and some of you probably got that this morning from Erin McMains. So the top 5 this year will be coming from Erin McMains. That will be every Monday. You will get that if obviously we don't have school on Monday, it'll be that Tuesday. That will come out. We really try to give you the top 5 things that you really need to know that's happening in our counseling office. So make sure if you're not getting that, I think you can enter your email give us your email address, and we'll be able to add that so you guys will get that every single Monday. Career newsletter, that will come out monthly. That kind of gives you updates on different things that we have going on in terms of career-wise. We really try to get your students, a lot of you may think that we do like career and college planning. Yes, we do a lot more than that, but that's obviously a big piece of our job. So that career newsletter will give you everything that's going on in terms of breakfast with the experts that we have for our students. We also have like job shadowing that they have the option to do, so different events. We have KNET, which is awesome, where the students every single day will see the top 5 news that comes in. So if your student does not read their email, they should be able to see that on KNET. We'll try to put some different things up there so we know that the classrooms will watch that each day. And then Remind. So parents can sign up for this as well. It is a text messaging that we can send you and your students. It just gives you we will send you only the big events. So we're not going to send something daily. But we will, if you text 81010 and then pick the graduating class that you have students in, you will be automatically enrolled into that text messaging service where you guys can see the different events that we have that we would like you guys to join.
So our individual senior meetings will begin soon. We have a mandatory group meeting which will take place on August 31st, and then our individual meetings will begin the first week of September. And so this is an opportunity for us to meet with your seniors and figure out what their plans are after high school and find out ways that we can help them and just find out if there are any ways that we can assist them with their post-high school planning. And so, like I said, the group meeting is mandatory, and then the individual senior meetings will take place with their individual counselor, and they will sign up for those meetings on a Google document. So the counselors will post their availability and they can sign up on the Google Doc. This is a great opportunity for us to connect with your senior and find out what their plans are and how we can help, and the options for post-secondary.
All right, so college is the one thing that we talked about with your students. We have college and military representatives. So if you didn't see, there was like a little flyer, but you'll be getting emails about it. We do have the college fair that will be September 11th. It's 6:30 to 8, and so your student will have the ability to walk around, and you guys as well, 80 plus colleges that are going to be in attendance. So if you check Twitter, that will be updated with the different schools that have said that they're going to join us on September 11th. And so we will make sure to get that. We also have colleges and militaries that come and visit the lunchroom, or they come and visit during the school day. So we do allow those college reps to come when they're available, which we just allow our students to sign up on Family Connections, which is now Navient students. But they will sign up there, or they will come down and tell Mrs. Kunkel at the front that they would like to join that college rep. So those are some things that they can take advantage of. Transcripts. I'm sure this is all on your guys' mind, but many of your students have probably started to apply to colleges. So you will probably see, hey, you need to email your counselor, let them know that you need a transcript sent. We will do that the first week in September. So Liberty Public Schools, we have quite a few students that transfer in. So we do not run rank until that first week in September. Most colleges need the rank on the transcript. So yes, you're a student and you can go on Navient Student, formerly Family Connections, and you guys can request that transcript. Need to only do it once, because once we upload the transcript, we have the ability to then mass submit those to the schools that they have asked us to. So if you have your child that is applying to colleges, they can go on and request the transcript, but it will not be sent until that first week in September, simply because we will run rank. Most schools need that. You are not missing a deadline. There's no scholarships, no application deadline that has to be submitted. We know sometimes it's frustrating on the parent, like they applied in July because the application's opened up. That's okay. It's just easier. We have 445 students in this class. Getting all those transcripts sent one time, and then we have to upload them all again, is going to be time consuming, and it's going to be extra work that's not needed. So we will get those transcripts sent out. College visits. They should have there was a packet of information that was given out to juniors, and we posted on our website about a checklist, and one of them was going to visit colleges. So if you have not already, fall is a perfect time to go visit those colleges. So we like to say, because Mizzou is the #1 choice of high school seniors in the state, we go by Mizzou deadlines to kind of talk about, and so that is December 1st. Their scholarship deadline is December 1st. So you are going to want to make sure that you and your student have visited some of those colleges that they have on their list, so that they know this is a great school, or no, I don't see myself here. So make sure, if you haven't already, go on some of those college visits. Let these schools know. You can bring back a paperwork that says that you went to visit, and we will be able to get that attendance taken care of. So please, if they ask you, because we'll talk about that in our senior meetings, if you have the time, please go and visit some of those schools that they're going to talk about. And then scholarships. This one is almost like a part-time job. We try to tell every senior that. They want free money, they want it to be easy, but unfortunately, getting scholarships is not that easy. So as counselors, we will tell your student about the different ways that they can go on to our Navient student. And there'll be a whole list of scholarships that we have available. That's either national or statewide. And then we will have the community scholarship program, which will happen in, the deadline is February. Your student will find out about it in December. That is about, I think there's 92 scholarships that the Liberty area gives away to students that are just for Liberty and Liberty North. So the odds are a little bit better than applying to any of those state and national ones. We'll talk about scholarship websites. That's kind of like you submit your name and they email you a ton of different scholarships. So that search, if you don't pay for it and you don't give out your social security number, we would say that you can apply for about any of those scholarships. So if you build a profile, just make sure that you make it as detailed as possible so those hits with the emails that come into your inbox are going to be ones that you may actually be eligible for. It's not going to be just every single scholarship they can come up with. So those are some different ideas. At first it's scholarships. We will then kind of go more in detail with your student during their individual senior meeting.
So another route that some of your seniors might be interested in is going into the military. And most branches of the military require the ASVAB test, and we offer that here. It will be administered here at the high school, and the tentative date for that is November 28th. So that's just something to keep in mind and remind your students about. In the meantime, though, you can also seek out a recruiter if your student is interested in different branches of the military. Maybe they're not sure yet. You can seek out a recruiter and get that information and get more about how that process works. And then we'll also have, I think Jill mentioned this earlier, that this will be advertised in the top 5 when we have branches of the military coming to do a lunch visit. And so we'll advertise that so that your student knows when a branch is coming to be able to meet with a recruiter at their lunchtime.
All right, for those students that are going straight to work, as counselors, we offer resume writing. So if that's something that they don't know where to start, on Navient students, we have the ability to actually create and print off a resume. So that's something that your student can do, but their counselor can help. So if there's a lot going on, just tell them, hey, let's see your counselor, let's see if we can make your resume. So that's something that we offer. There is going to be a job fair in the spring. So that's something to look out for. We had a lot of students, I think it will be here at North or it's at LHS, but we make sure that we get the transportation provided for that. So check out the job fair in the spring, and then we also have a new little area in the counseling office. So as soon as you walk into the main office, head to the counseling side, there is a big bulletin board that actually has job postings. So this, I guess the companies that give us, the flyers that say, hey, we need someone to hire, make sure that your student, if they are looking for a job, that might make it a little easier if they come down to our counseling office and can see some of those companies.
So now we'd like to open it up to questions. We appreciate you all being here, and we'll answer any questions that you have. Yes?
Am I the only one? I have a question about how many tickets do we get for graduation?
Yes, each family gets 6. I do know, just I work closely with Mrs. Kinder, you do have the ability, it does not, do not request or ask for additional tickets until January. There's nothing that they can do from August to January. And so what will happen is she will actually create a list of everybody that has asked for additional tickets. But each family gets 6. And then in January, you please wait till then because Julie will there's nothing she can do. And then make sure that you can just shoot her an email and then ask for that. She tries to meet all requests, and then she kind of sees what she can do from there.
To tag on to that, if we have more than one kid that's a senior, do we still only get 6, or do we get 6 per kid?
No, you get 6. If you have a family, you get 6 in the family. Yeah, so if you have 2 seniors.
I think we had a couple of questions back there.
Last year you had a senior parent meeting, a senior mandatory student meeting, and then you had simultaneous parent one. Are you doing the same thing again this year?
Not sure, remember that parent meeting? We'll just say this replaces it. because I don't recall, I know I was here. But
When we came to a meeting, I think seniors were here, but parents were here too. And it was, I just know if you were being sick, it was that day, August 31st.
August 31st is the one that we have seniors, so kind of we generalized a lot of things except for the transcripts and the scholarships. I kind of went through that pretty specifically. But there's the same stuff we kind of talked about now is what we will talk about with your seniors on the 31st, a little bit more in detail. Yes.
Did you say our transcripts are gonna have their rank on there?
Yes, we are a ranking school, and so if you're, I think some scholarship or some applications ask about rank. We do exact, and we will put that on the transcript once that's generated at the beginning of September.
Is that new? I don't remember that.
Always, yeah, we do it in September, and then we do it again in January.
Is there a limit to the number of transcripts you'll send? So the students will just keep requesting and...
Yes, so what will happen is the first time you go on, there's like a plus sign and you can add different transcripts. Add as many schools as you need to. What's nice about Liberty Public Schools bought us something called Navient, and that is a huge time saver for anybody that has to deal with transcripts and lots of students. So with 445, we are able to mass upload them, and then we will submit them as soon as like the student requests it. So we do ask that you give our registrar 3 days because we just have one, but she will make sure to get it done. She's very quick. If a student has an emergency, like I can't believe I forgot that this school has to have it on this day, you can go, kindly go up to Mrs. Stark and ask her that, and that usually is not an issue. But we do ask that you give like 3 days so you do it in advance. Yeah.
If we have a senior that's graduating early, how are we to get like their announcements and things like that? Will it be something that goes out to the parents so we know if we need to come up and pick it up and things like that?
Absolutely, great question. So I'm answering a lot of these only because Mrs. Eichel is learning along the way. But yes, we will actually have an early senior graduation meeting with the counselors. And so we'll make sure to kind of give that information to the student. There is a form that they have to sign and get filled out by their teachers, and then it tells them these are kind of the things you need to do. The students will be and will still have their email, and so they will be required to kind of check that email periodically as if they decide to go to work or school. But we do ask that they continue that, and that's where all the updates will be. And yes, most of the seniors are kind of glad to come back when if they graduated early, they can kind of come back and say hi and get that stuff taken care of. And it'll be in the top 5, so make sure you check that out. Yes.
So if a student requests a recommendation from the teacher, is it the same system that we used last year and for the teacher's recommendation? And do they have a time limit how long it takes them to have the recommendation?
We do inform the teachers that once they're we tell the students to at least give them about 2 to 3 weeks to write that, only because they want to make sure that they give it as much thought as possible. So if your student is applying through the Common application, so if you've heard of that, you probably know it's about 750 schools that have all combined on one website to apply. So if they're using the Common App and the school requires a recommendation, yes, they must go through Navient Students. We will outline that during our senior meeting. And then teachers, they request it through there. But if they are just applying for a scholarship and it's not sent through Navient, that student will just go ask the teacher and give them about 2 to 3 weeks to complete that recommendation. And then they will, most of the time we ask that the student just gives the address to the teacher so that, because most of those are confidential, they just send them and they know if the teacher said yes to writing them, they're going to write a positive review 95% of the time. And so, yes, through Navient with the Common App. And then if you just have a scholarship, you can ask the teacher directly for that.
Great, there's one down here.
Time to graduate. Is it early or is it late?
I think we're 7 o'clock, 6:37. Yes, be looking for that. Absolutely.
And why is it 2 weeks later this year?
1 week.
1 week later?
Yeah, because we get, school ends about a week later than it did last year. And so we decided to move it off of Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And we always graduate the last Sunday of the school year.
Any other questions? Well, if you came in late tonight, we will have this PowerPoint posted on the Liberty North Counseling website in the next couple of days. So if you miss something, you can look for it there. All right, well, thank you all so much. We appreciate you being here, and we will be ready for the next presentation at 6:30.